Welcome to Healing Body, Mind, and Soul, empowering self-care, self-healing, and self-mastery for a better world. Here's your host, Ariel Asher.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, and thanks for dropping in. My name is Ariel Asher, and I am an author, speaker, healer, and the producer and host of Healing Body, Mind, and Soul podcast. With all of the exciting things that are happening these days with quarantines and a pandemic on the loose, I thought, what a better time for me to gather up all of the co-authors of the Empowered Self-Care, Healing Body, Mind, and Soul for a Better World. All of the co-authors are obviously experts in the field of self-care, self-healing, self-mastery, and what a better time for us to combine our efforts to bring some information, some empowerment, some inspiration to everybody than at this time. So I seized the opportunity and I gathered up my authors to bring to you all today some of their best tips. Now, today I have Jill Hoffman. Want to say hello, Jill?
Hello.
Hello. And Heather Hill Larkin.
Hello.
And Karen Renee.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
It's wonderful to be here today. Now, I've asked the ladies to prepare short talks to inspire, uplift, and educate you all around the topics of self-care under quarantine. I mean, it's not really fun, right? We have to suit up like we're going out to the apocalypse just to get some toilet paper these days. So everybody is wondering what is happening next. We want to make sure that everybody is empowered to take care of themselves. And when we're talking about self-care, mind you, we're not just talking about what you had for breakfast. We are talking about body, mind, emotional well-being, and your spiritual self all being fed and balanced so that you can really be 100% and be able to thrive at this time. I think you're really going to want to lean in and hear what our fabulous co-authors, experts in the field of self-care have to say. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to the fabulous Jill Hoffman. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. My name is Jill Ashley Hoffman, and I am a coach. I lead live retreats for women, and I'm a mentor. I'm a spiritual mentor. I'm an embodiment coach. And really what I do is I help energetically sensitive women turn their tenderness into their medicine so that they can heal their bodies from the inside out. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is around really restoring that love to your body, because I think right now we're going through a time where people are really worried about their health. They're really worried about the condition of their bodies, and that worry and that stress that so many of us are experiencing right now is actually, is causing more tension in your body. It's really depleting our immune system. And so there are so many ways that we can connect to our bodies, that we can feed our bodies, that we can fuel our bodies through self-care, through empowered self-care, which is the theme of this series. And what I want to talk to you today is really about how to bring more, not just physical nourishment, but really emotional and energetic nourishment to the body, because I think when we are in fear and when we are sort of judging our bodies, which a lot of us tend to do anyways, and I think now more than ever, we're going through a time where we're really, feeling very fearful around our bodies, and we're hearing stories around people getting sick, and we're really worried. So I really wanted to talk to you about, what does it mean to be empowered in your body? What does it mean to be empowered in your healing, which is what I like to talk about a lot. And one of the things that I teach my clients and that I share a lot about is, how do we restore that love and restore gratitude and compassion back into our bodies? I think because of the way that so many of us have been raised and conditioned, a lot of us have sort of negative associations to our bodies. And so I just want to support you in finding ways to connect to your body in a more positive way. So one of the things that I really think is useful during this time is to find ways to slow down in pretty much everything that you're doing. Slowing down is really a way that we send the signal to our nervous system and our bodies that it is safe to heal, because our bodies actually cannot heal when we're in that energy of chaos, when we're in that energy of fear and overwhelm, which of course, right now we're all experiencing that to some level, and there's no shame or blame around that. But this is really an important time for us to be more mindful as to the thoughts and our thoughts, and where we are spending our energy, our mindful energy, our emotional energy. And so if it's okay, Ariel, I would love to lead everybody in a really quick meditation, just to kind of give a sense of what I'm speaking about in terms of connecting to the body and restoring some love. And this is a really easy practice that you can do. And I actually have a more extended version of this meditation that you can grab for free. And I can share more about that if you want later on. But if you'd like, everyone can just sort of get comfortable in their seat and just feeling your feet on the ground. And if you'd like, you can feel free to close your eyes, and just taking a few moments to slow down, taking a few moments to just bring your focus to your breath. And just noticing your inhale and your exhale. Feeling your feet on the ground. Noticing if there's any thoughts. And just allowing the thoughts to float on by. And bringing your attention back to your breath. Noticing your inhale and allowing your exhale to expand a little bit deeper, a little bit slower. Feeling your body start to relax into your seat. Allowing yourself to relax into the space that your body occupies. And on your next inhale, I just want to invite you to bring one or both hands onto your belly, right over your belly button. And just connecting to your belly, connecting to the breath, allowing your breath to fill your belly up a little bit more with each inhale. And feeling the drop of your belly on the exhale, slowing it down. Again, feeling the rise of the inhale underneath your hands. And noticing the hands fall with the breath. And just taking a moment to notice that your body has never forgotten to breathe. And just allowing your breath to do its natural thing without any effort. And noticing how it's never forgotten to breathe. And so bringing a little love and gratitude to this part, and compassion and understanding of how amazing it is that your body has never forgotten to breathe. And as you bring that gratitude, that love, that compassion into your belly, feel that warmth filling up your belly and expanding out through your belly, out, spreading like a river of gold, expanding up into your heart, down into your pelvis, into your arms, into your legs, into your neck, into your head, just feeling this golden light of gratitude and love and compassion filling your entire body, every crevice, every corner, every cell is now being bathed in this golden light of love, compassion, and gratitude. Just continuing to breathe that in for a few more breaths. Noticing any sensations. And just really allowing yourself to open up to taking this in. And as we start to come back into our bodies and back into this space, just taking a few more deep breaths. Starting to wiggle your toes and fingers. Holding that peace in your body. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come on back. And so it is. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Jill, can you tell everybody how they can reach out to you if they would love to get some of this juicy energy for themselves and have you support them?
Sure. You can find me on Facebook. I am on Facebook. You can go to my website, which is JillAshleyHoffman.com. You can, on Facebook, you can find me at Jill Ashley Hoffman as well. And I'm also at Instagram. You can find me. My name is Embody Mentor.
Embody Mentor.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jill. And thank you for reminding everyone that they have the power to slow things down for themselves and to check in with themselves in this way. And if anybody would like to reach out for some assistance with that, Jill is your woman. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today, Jill.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Next up today, I would love to welcome my dear friend, Heather Hill Larkin. Heather, how are you doing today?
Great, I'm nice and relaxed now.
There we go.
Thank you, Jill. That was awesome. I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be
now that
here.
We're all relaxed.
And very excited to be here. And thank you for this opportunity to speak with everyone today. My name is Heather Larkin. I live in Kansas City, Missouri. And I own KC Holistic Healing, which is primarily my practice is in energy work, and Reiki is the primary modality, but I have other services as well. And in addition to that, I kind of have a unique situation where not only do I do energy work and have this practice, but I'm also a marketing consultant and contractor. I've been doing marketing for many years, and I have a family, and I have 2 little ones at home. And so it's been very interesting during this time to see how everything is impacting all businesses, no matter where we're at, all families, all different types of people. Everyone has a different situation right now. And it's really been something that I found very important is to take that time to figure out how do I find balance in all of this. There are so many people right now who are working from home, or maybe they're a small business and they've had to shut down services, or they've got kids at home that are doing e-learning. And then there are others that are the essential businesses that are out there. And there's just a lot going on right now. And working with energy every day, it's easy to see how much of an impact that makes. And so what I want to talk about is how to use self-care to help raise the vibration with energy. So energy is in everything, right? It's in absolutely everything. And it has a vibration and a frequency. And if you look at the universal law, right, when it comes to energy and frequencies, like attracts like. So the more positive energy we put out there, the more we get back. The more negative that we put out there, the more we get back. And so during this time when we are really focusing on our own environment, in many cases, we're impacting everyone around us. And with the fear, and Jill spoke a little bit about this, which is great, but there's, the fear that's going on, and there's some judgment and concerns that are going on within. This is all adding to that collective. And so it's so important for us right now to spend the time on ourselves and taking that moment to really look at, okay, how do I raise my own good vibrations, right? Because anything that I do is going to impact literally anyone around me. So part of what I wanted to talk about today are just some tips that I think all of us can do every day to help increase that positive vibration and putting it out there. And I'm practicing it myself, and I'm completely transparent here. It is definitely not easy when there is a lot going on in this health right now. Let me tell you, that's been a little chaotic. So I totally understand that, right? And I work with a lot of clients that are in that same situation of how do I just find time for myself? And now I have everyone around me too, and I'm worried about this, and that. So these are a few things that I like to recommend and that I also practice myself. And the first is start a new routine. A lot of us are at home right now. The routine that we had a few weeks ago is not the same as it is today. So waking up and the first thing in the morning to really just take the time to do a meditation, like Jill just talked about, right? Do a meditation or just work on breathing maybe it's a gentle exercise. Get your body moving and focus on yourself. It allows you to have that chance to really set the intention for the day and focus on what kind of day do I want to have. I want to start off positive. I want to start off feeling refreshed and alert and ready to go. And in order to do that, it requires just taking a few minutes to start the day that way. And then look at what else you can do throughout the day that is part of the routine. So maybe it's another exercise that you do in the evening. Getting outside, if anyone can get outside and just going for a quick walk or breathing that fresh air makes a huge difference. Movement, I think, is just really key right now because so many of us are just having to sit or we're in one place. But any type of movement is going to be really good. Drinking plenty of water. If you have kids at home, their routine's totally different now too, right? And finding ways to create maybe an hour or two within the day where they're removed from any type of technology and taking advantage of those moments and being present in that moment with your kids right now, I think is crucial. A lot of us as parents don't get that opportunity, and so I look at changing the mindset there of, my kids are home and I'm trying to balance all of this, but I have this opportunity to make significant moments that I wouldn't have had before with them. And so how do I go about doing it? Maybe it's we're going to spend an hour doing a board game, or we're going to do an activity, or we're going to go outside together. But because we're role models to them, it's so important to create that positive environment because they're going to also project that positive energy too, right? So that's also very important. The other thing that I recommend doing, and Ariel, we've talked about this a lot, is journaling. And I do this in my practice and have clients go through this as well. We're in a situation where we've got this really unique experience going on. It's really time for us to look within and figure out what are we learning from all of this. And there's going to be a point where we look back on this and remember, okay, this is what I went through, and what a better time to capture this and really work on the self. Journaling is a great way to do that, and it doesn't have to be anything complicated. It can be very easy. It could be just setting up a practice of once a day, just sitting down and saying, writing in the journal, every day, what did I learn today? Did I learn a new activity? Did I fix something around the house? What did I learn today? What did I do today? What did I learn about myself today? I think that's another key area of focus when we're looking at self-care, because you might realize, wow, I was really patient today. I didn't know I could handle that the way that I did, or wow, I feel really healthy right now because I started cooking and I wasn't doing enough of that. Capturing that every day, again, is just a nice way to really just focus in on the self and remind ourselves of, like, this is all the great stuff that we're doing. Also, keeping positive about what are we grateful for? What did we accomplish? What are we doing? Anything in that nature immediately is going to raise that vibration. We're going to put the good vibrations out there. We're going to feel better. We're going to look at a situation and at least feel like, wow, I'm accomplishing something today and I'm making a difference, because every little thing that we're doing right now is making a difference. And again, if we're going to try to find balance and manage all of it, then I think it's really important to at least try to put some key practices in place every day in order to make that happen. The other thing is that we're not alone. We're all going through this together, right? There are a lot of opportunities now online that weren't there before, perhaps. So finding groups that you can participate in and finding coaches and mentors and people to talk to, just to have that partner and like-minded people that are going through something very similar. Reaching out when you feel like you're alone and you have no one else to talk to, again, is going to really help with just taking that time for yourself. Say, hey, I'm looking for some help here. I'm looking for some guidance, and it's okay. And it's okay if you have a bad day. It's okay if some days are harder than the next. But at the end of the day, you know that I'm taking time for myself, and that's what really matters, and I care. And so those are some of the things that I wanted to share today to hopefully help find balance and, again, just raise that good vibration that's there among all of us.
Thank you so much, Heather. What good advice. I love that you're focusing on what did I learn today? What a wonderful thing to focus on. Heather and I have spent a lot of time talking about our love of journaling, each of us, as she mentioned. And I think that it is a wonderful time to write things down, because if you write things down, you can go back and reflect and improve upon it. It's sort of a yardstick, isn't it? A measuring device that we can go back. You can't improve things that you don't have any starting point for, you know? So I also love that aspect of journaling. Heather, if our guests would like to reach out to you and get some more of this awesome, practical, grounded, sensible leadership from you, where can they reach out to get a hold of you?
You can find me on Facebook.
Are you a healing practitioner, teacher, trainer, or coach with a huge message of self-empowerment, healing, or transformation that you want to share out to the world? Then we invite you to join our amazing self-care book project. Visit somasoundtherapy.com. It's time to show up, speak up, and stand out. We are looking for co-authors to join our book opportunity entitled Empowered Self-Care, Healing Body, Mind, and Soul for a Better World. For all the info, just visit us at somasoundtherapy.com. Are you ready to be heard?
On Facebook, Heather Hill Larkin, and also my website, KCHolisticHealing.com. Those are the two best ways to reach out to me, and I would love to talk to you. So thank you so much for having me here and giving me this opportunity.
You bet, Heather. It is a pleasure to have you in our co-author community. Well, let's have another speaker, shall we? I would like at this time to introduce my dear friend, Heather Renee, and Karen Renee. I'm getting everybody's names mixed up. Please give me a little bit of grace there. Karen Renee, and I have been working with Karen in her self-mastery group and doing guided meditations with her, having a wonderful time. She's located in Santa Rosa, California, and I'm sure she has got some juicy tips for us today. Okay, Karen, take it away.
Thank you so much. And it's really an honor to be part of this exquisite panel as I see how each of our messages are interrelating one with the other. My work unites the spiritual, energetic, and the practical to facilitate deep and sustainable transformation. I am blessed to channel 8 ascended master guides, and together we clear out the old conditioning and wounding, which then allows your own true essence to emerge. I am passionate about assisting others to discover and begin living from their highest self and their own unique gifts and talents. So I think it's safe to say that we all know suffering and struggle is not new to this human life. We have all experienced it to one degree or another. And yet it's hard to imagine that there's even one person on the planet that is not aware and deeply affected by the worldwide change in this, with the introduction of this coronavirus. Each of us is stretched to find a new foundation. Our old ways of coping just don't seem to work anymore, or they're not available. Prior to this event, we created ways to keep ourselves balanced amidst work, home, friends, family, and a myriad of obligations. For some, the gym is the go-to place for stress relief. For others, it's been massage, wine tasting, travel, nature, time with in person with deeply connected friends. And now we find that those are no longer available. It's challenging for families to be confined to a space. And as a single person, I find that even though I am someone who absolutely loves solitude, I have an overabundance of solitude, which is creating some unrest. When we no longer have our old coping ways available to us, we have to find a way to meet those challenges in a new way. And it may not be comfortable. What I'm hearing from people that I'm working with and friends, that as they're now settling into their lives with the shock coming off a bit and the deep realization that this is going to go on for longer than we had hoped for or was anticipated, anxiety is coming up, old sadness, despair, and they're not able to go to the gym and run it off on the treadmill. This is an incredible opportunity to go into the inner plane and allow those old feelings that maybe have been stuffed away to arise, because it is a gift. Some have the tendency, well, I'm going to rephrase that. We all have the tendency at one time or another, because I feel like we're living in our own personal microclimates throughout the day. You can start out fresh and lively and then be in fear, a little bit of despair, and then back into absolute high frequency throughout a day. And we can tend to withdraw and pull our energy in closer. It can feel for a moment that, okay, I can handle this space. But in the end, it leads to increased suffering. So one antidote to working with any of the emotions that are coming up is to keep your heart chakra open, which is located on the sternum, often called the high heart, to really have a practice daily that supports the opening of the heart. The fear, the tragedy, the collective pain out there is sometimes overwhelming, often overwhelming for so many of us that are sensitives and empaths. So there are three areas that really contribute to the heart opening, and they have been mentioned by both Jill and Heather, which just shows the cohesiveness of this panel of ladies who have come together who haven't met each other before in person like this. So the first one is compassion, really being kind to yourself, because that is necessary before you can extend it to others. Gratitude, which promotes that emotional state of well-being. When we can find gratitude for the beauty of the small things, we can find the gratitude in the bigger things. And patience. Patience stems from practicing self-love and extends out to others with that love. Your open heart is the most powerful vessel of transformation. So I invite you to join me as I lead a heart opening process with my guides, which will include an energy transmission. So if you would just gently close your eyes if you choose, take a breath, allowing yourself to settle into your seat, feet flat on the floor, laying down if that's what's comfortable, allowing the tension to release, and then bringing your awareness to your heart. Breathing into that heart chakra, that heart space, allowing your chest to open, your shoulders to pull back, giving yourself more space. Find your own cadence as you breathe in and out. Allowing that compassion that already resides in you to expand, having it more available, allowing the gratitude to bubble forth so that you can be touched by the miracles that happen in every day. And awakening that center energy of patience. Patience for the journey of the moment of this day, taking the days one day at a time. Now allow your intuition to inform you of one area that you would like to expand. It could be an area that you have been experiencing challenges with, or an area that you want to expand even more in your high frequency experience. Now on this next breath, the guides are bringing in a transmission that will allow that area that you're focusing on to lift and expand. Now we're going to take that love that's building up in the heart, open-hearted energy, and we're sending that out into the room you're in. Next breath, we're going out into your community, spreading this love and light. Now into your state. And we're going to send our collective energy all the way around the globe, bathing it in this open-hearted love and light. And then on this next breath, just bring yourself back into your environment, feeling the shift you've experienced in your physical and energetic bodies, knowing that you can do this simple meditation at any time and bring you back to this state. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Wishing you all peace, love, and profound expansion.
Thank you so much, Karen Renee. That was just beautiful, just beautiful. And how can our listeners, if they'd like to dip into some more of this exquisite, juicy energy with you, how can they reach out and get a piece of that?
Great. Well, on Facebook, you can find me at Karen Renee Halseth, and email me directly. I would love to hear from you. It's Karen@whattrulymatters.com, WhatTruly matters.com.
Excellent. It's like a spelling bee, isn't it? Trying to get everybody's websites right and everything.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, we're going to start wrapping it up now, but I just wanted to ask if there was one quick tip that you can drop down to our listeners before we sign off today. Just one quick tip. Let's see. Jill, do you have one quick tip for us? You'll want to unmute yourself, please.
Oh God, one quick tip. I feel like we all said this. I'm feeling so relaxed now. Thank you, Karen. One quick tip. Okay. I think it's just, we all said this, taking that time for yourself, and it doesn't have to look a certain way. It just needs to be intentional, and just spending some time with yourself every single day in a way that feels good to you. That would be my tip.
Yeah, I really think awareness is the name of the game right now, right? Mm-hmm. Really. Heather, I would love to hear a final super tip from you.
I would say listen to your body. Your body talks, right? Listen to your body, and when you notice that something is just getting you worked up, or getting into something that just feels off, stop and take time to live in the moment. Go do something. Take time for yourself and remember to live in the moment, because that's what really matters.
Great.
That is excellent advice, really, anytime, but especially now. Karen, do you have a super juicy tip for us before we sign off today?
I do. I want to remind everyone that there is more stress and agitation running through your system than you may be aware of at any given moment, and to be really gentle with yourself if you're not acting in your highest divine self at any moment, and to just hug yourself. Remind, honey, you're doing a good job. Really love yourself. That's my tip.
Excellent. I think that's a good tip. Likewise, I think that's a good tip anytime. Mm-hmm. Well, everybody, I want to thank all of our guests, all of my guests today, the co-authors of the Empowered Self-Care book that's due out early next year. Interesting timing. That we are all going through this now. I know my contribution to that Empowered Self-Care book has changed slightly. So I'm having a chance to update what I was wanting to share in that book. I am so very grateful for my co-authors, the experts that are coming forward, and that we get to bring this information forward to help empower people at this time. I feel divinely driven to host our Healing Body, Mind, and Soul podcast network. If anybody would like to reach out to me, if anybody would like to join our team of experts, or perhaps just be a guest on the Healing Body, Mind, and Soul podcast, you can reach out to ArielAsher.com. That's AERIOL, Asher, ASCHER.com/opportunities. I'm going to let you spell that for yourself. And so it's ArielAsher.com/opportunities, where you can find out how to join our panel of experts, be on the Healing Body, Mind, and Soul podcast network. And I also have a speaker open mic series coming up where we're looking for more health professionals, self-care, self-healing, self-mastery, healing body, mind, and soul practitioners that can help us at this time and really empower the masses at this time to be practicing exquisite self-care. Before we go, I want to draw, I actually have a deck of self-care cards. So I want to draw a self-care card for everybody. Interesting. The card I have, the card that I picked was intent. Intent. You know, my clients always know that I am always talking about setting intention and then reflecting. This is part of the journaling process that I go through. This card reads, focus your energy. There is amazing power in a strong intention. When you set your mind to an intention, that is, for me, it's as good as done. As soon as I make up my intentions, I know that that is as good as done, and my subconscious mind will go out and get things for me. So I don't have to worry about toiling away or stressing away. I know that once I set my intention, those things are coming to me. And I encourage everybody to adopt this practice of intention setting and intentional living. Once again, I want to thank all of my fabulous guests. I really appreciate you all being here with us today. I'm sure our listeners also appreciate all these fabulous tips, these wonderful meditation offerings, and the excellent inspirational material we've all shared today. So one more time, I'm just going to thank everybody and wish you happy healing.
Thanks for joining us for the Healing Body, Mind, and Soul podcast with your host, Ariel Asher. Today's program has been brought to you by Soma Sound Therapy and the Healing Body, Mind, and Soul Network.